Have you ever felt like you're standing on shifting sand, with everything around you changing and challenging? It's a sensation we've all experienced in one form or another. Life, in its infinite complexity, is unpredictable, filled with trials and tribulations that test our resolve and resilience. We navigate through a whirlwind of change, where the only constant seems to be the ebb and flow of uncertainty. Yet amidst these unpredictable times, a beacon of unshakable hope shines brightly. This beacon is God's promise, a divine assurance that offers us a sense of security and solace. It's an enduring declaration that we are never alone, no matter how tumultuous the seas of life may become. God's promises are like an anchor in a storm, keeping us grounded when the winds of change threaten to sweep us off course. So, when life feels uncertain, remember God's promise to never leave or forsake us. In moments of fear or doubt, where do you turn for comfort and security? This is a question many of us grapple with. Yet there is a promise that offers a profound answer. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in times of trouble. This is not just a mere statement, it's a divine assurance. A promise that has been proven time and time again. Consider the story of David, a shepherd boy who faced a giant with only a sling and a stone. He didn't rely on his own strength, but on the strength of God, his refuge. And in the face of overwhelming odds, he emerged victorious. That same God, who was David's refuge and strength, is ours today. When the winds of life blow fiercely, when the ground beneath us shakes, we can stand firm because we are not standing on our own. We are standing on the solid rock of God's promises. God is our fortress, our safe haven, and our security. Do you ever feel weak and weary, as if you can't go on? This is a feeling we all encounter at some point in our lives. But there's a promise, a beacon of hope in the scriptures that we can lean on during these times. The Bible tells us that God gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Think of the story of Moses, leading the Israelites through the wilderness. He was tired, he was weary, but God gave him the strength to carry on. Or consider the Apostle Paul, who endured trials and tribulations beyond measure. Yet he found his strength in God. These stories aren't just historical accounts, they are testimonies of God's renewing strength. They remind us that when we are at our lowest, when we feel like we can't take another step, God steps in. He rejuvenates us, replenishes our energy, and gives us the strength to continue the journey. In Him, our strength is renewed and we can soar on wings like eagles. When the storms of life rage around you, where do you find your anchor? In the tempest of uncertainty and challenge, we look to God, our firm foundation. Picture the biblical story of Noah. Amidst an unprecedented deluge, Noah anchored himself in God's promise and he found safety. This isn't just an ancient tale, it's a testament of God's unwavering faithfulness to His children. In our lives too, we encounter storms. We face trials that threaten to sweep us off our feet. But remember, we are not left to navigate these storms alone. God, our anchor, holds us steady. He is our firm foundation, unchanging, immovable, and reliable. In Him we find the strength to withstand any storm that comes our way. Just like a lighthouse stands firm, guiding ships through the darkest nights, God stands with us. His love and faithfulness will sustain us through the toughest times. Do you ever feel like your life lacks purpose or direction? It's a question that can haunt us, especially in the midst of trials. But take heart. The Bible is filled with assurances that God has a purpose and plan for our lives. Consider the story of Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, wrongfully imprisoned, yet eventually rising to become the second in command of Egypt. God was working behind the scenes, turning what seemed like a series of unfortunate events into a grand plan for good. Or think about Esther, a common Jewish girl who became the queen of Persia and saved her people from annihilation. God placed her in the right place at the right time for a specific purpose. So whatever you're going through, remember this promise. God is weaving together even the darkest strands of your life into a tapestry of grace and goodness. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more encouragement and inspiration.